We have to get out of here.
For him, business service.
Marie's going to the surface. The outside world. Let's find a way to get up there.
Cooper here. That was quite a hairbreadth escape. I think it's fair to say the girl is on Derringer's radar now. To reach the surface, she'll need to use the service elevator. To use the service elevator, she'll need a keycard. I suggest she borrow one from one of the clueless desk jockeys downstairs. Setting a destination marker for the media offices. Good luck.
Way out. What is the other direction? What if Derringer's still back here?
That's more than I can carry. This may come in handy.
You could double and magnify Whitman and still not come close to the obscenity of Ginsberg's Howl. Licentious sexual romps, drug use without state approval. How the American Republic tolerates what it gives birth to never ceases to amaze me. Those who allow the circulation of such trash are accomplices to corruption by implication, and our République stands for literary justice.
Badges. We don't need no stinking badges. Oh wait, this is Metamorphosis. You need clearance just to use the bathroom. Never mind.
No more toothless headlines about board meetings and strategy seminars. Find me something that won't put our readers to sleep. Go on, get out there. A good story doesn't just waltz through the office door and into the headlines. Now, I have a tough obit to write tonight, so if you'll excuse me, I'm going to crawl inside a bottle for a few hours. Madame Prideaux, speaker, listener, warrior, mentor.
You say you were born in Marseille? That is correct. That's so interesting because I used to take holidays with my family in Cassis. Where in Marseille?
In the south part, near the bay.
Ah, which bay?
I thought this was a puff piece, Miss Said.
I didn't realise asking someone where they're from was a hardball question, Miss Prideaux.
Prideaux.
Well, you would know, I guess. Let's move on.
Shall we?
I found a cassette.
Marie used a blue keycard to board that service elevator. If I'm to get to the surface tonight, I'll need to find a keycard like hers.
No sign of the pre-cal.
Let's go for the steal. I got something.
Super Time Force Ultra is an indie tour de force packed with the following essential ingredients: retro pixel art, face-melting 2D action, time travel, hilarious writing, and a rat skateboarding dinosaur. If you are someone who thinks there's a serious lack of hip, innovative games out there, Dr. Cooper has just the remedy. STFU. The arc suits are effective in protecting their wearer against taser strikes, but their Achilles heel is their lack of face protection, which makes them vulnerable to pepper spray.
I can't carry anymore.
Welcome to my domain. Care to purchase new abilities? Travel Resvax radio communications. Leaving so soon.
Remember to silence a body scanner before sending the girl through. A simple way to avoid seeing the inside of a confinement cell. Unless that's your thing. Skulls of the Shogun is a turn-based strategy game starring a dead samurai seeking revenge in the afterlife. The gameplay offers deep strategic choices, writing that is shockingly good, and a cool 32-bit vibe that makes you feel cool. I bet those fat cats over at 17-bit are happy. I have now purchased their game on 4 platforms, not that I'm regretting it.
I don't have room for anything else. I'll hold on to this.
There are challenges that improve ability, and those that merely prove a person inadequate for the task at hand. By leagues, Ulysses fits the latter category so well, it damn near creates it. It's nonsense without order. Joyce leaves postmodernism unmuzzled, worse than doggerel. To what end should we let our citizens waste the state's energy on this prattle? They squander their imagination decoding nonsense, while their work ethic grows brittle and raw.
Check in.
It's a good thing I'm not claustrophobic. This must be Terminus. It seems almost alive. This must be what the headmaster's protecting us from. Whatever it is. I don't want to wake it up. The Morning Bell newspaper. Weep says this is where they print the headmaster's lies. Do you think we'll find a key card around here?
Fellow citizens, it is morning in Metamorphosis. Bells are sounding, awakening us to a new dawn, a new era. For this reason, we must approach the day with fresh blood, bold thinking, and a return to the unbridled optimism for which we are now famous the world over. Our nation's paper of record, the Evening Standard, served us well in our early years. But lately it cries out for recalibration, rebranding. We have decided on a new name. And with that new name comes a new face. I think you'll agree there is nothing standard about the woman standing next to me. And so without further ado, please welcome our new editor-in-chief of the Morning Bell, the exquisite Matilda Sade.
Thank you, Headmaster. And please, call me Matty.
Hello, Morning Bell staff. This is Quinn Derringer. Security Mandate 714 requires the installation of a confinement room in your offices. The Prizrak need to expand their footprint in Terminus prior to the arrival. Pardon our progress this week as we take a few measurements and knock down a few walls. Please consider this a friendly merger and not a hostile takeover.
Certain Prizrak in this area of the facility arm themselves with gas grenades. The effect will knock its target unconscious. Sweet dreams.
I can't carry anymore. Good idea. We can recharge here.
Prizrak checking in.
I got something.
One time I tried my luck at online dating. After a pleasant lunch, I panicked and asked him if he wanted to come over and play some video games. Surprisingly, he said yes. Finally, I thought to myself, I have somebody to play against in it hug. After a vicious rout, he called it quits and never called me back. I wish he would have let me win, even once.
Sega bomb. Terrorists almost certainly planted explosives inside Metamorphosis. That's a bloody good headline. Too bad we'll never use it. If you tell someone there's a monster under their bed, they'll check for it every night before they fall asleep. But if you tell someone there's a bomb in their wall, they'll rip the whole house apart looking for it. We're not in the business of printing the truth. We're in the business of suppressing a national panic attack. Take these printed copies up to the librarian. Let him line the bottom of his bird cage with them.
I don't
quite know which dodgy back-alley journalism school you purchased your press credentials from, Parker, but you must have caught ill the day they explained how a newspaper layout should look, if they ever explained it at all. This collage you left on my desk looks like it was slapped together by a blind child. You left no room for inserts, adverts, ears, or bleed. You know the problem with you, Parker? You're so caught up with the substance, you forget that above all, it needs to look pretty!
Huh? What's that?
Good idea. My battery was running low.
Huh?
Prisrak.
Huh?
Help!
On my way to apprehend the suspect. I'm going after her.
Help! I found some of the Prisrak stuff.
Aptly described as a top-down, thumb-up hotline, puts you in the shoes of a coked-up hitman willing to do anything to anybody. I'm not a fan of video game violence, but I can't help but appreciate its manic beauty. After playing a session, it's hard to shake the strange feeling it leaves me with. I don't like it, but I keep coming back for more.
What's yours is mine.
Going into Pickett's pockets. Nice.
Every time I turn around, a new Nordic game studio pops up and reinvents an established genre. This inventive and atmospheric title feels more like a classic console platformer imbued with indie spirit than it is a mere endless runner. Sometimes I feel bad for Badlands' furry protagonist as he gets banged up and rattled around, but he seems to be taking it in stride. I know the feeling.
This may come in handy.
Bad government fosters juvenile delinquency, and A Clockwork Orange pays tribute to it. Little Alex must learn on his own not to beat his elders with a cane. But good government has no patience for individual moral improvement, particularly now that Alex can hide behind the moniker Anonymous. The last thing we need are children free to cavort without oversight. The République carves up anonymity to sculpt the moral soul.
What's yours is mine.
Solov argues against nothing to hide and disastrously fails to prepare his reader for the truth. Everyone has something to hide. Who can seriously defend privacy in a world defined by social media, populated by busybodies who voluntarily post their lives online, drawn like zombies to link bait their favorite alternative news site? We need a République to become the information-gathering sentinel of history. We fight against those like Solov, who would ruin history for the right to watch pornography without accountability.
Screwdriver. An old Zager cassette.
Zager's death video has disappeared. This coming from my source in the Prisrack. More likely they just didn't care for the ending, so they're doing reshoots. As you know, in this day and age, nothing's ever truly gone. Track down the unedited version. I would love to compare it to Herr Director's cut.
The screwdriver just broke.
A Zager room. Ugh. It really smells in here. I'm surprised the morning Bell staff never noticed.
Taser.
That would be Derringer's personal office chair. When it went missing, Derringer immediately blamed me. I guess we can close the book on that mystery now. However, the mystery of how Zager got it through the vent remains unsolved. A subject near to Zager's heart. He wrote about this very issue in the Poisoned Manifesto. As with everything, Zager saw it as a government cover-up in need of undressing. Zager kept lists like this one, to determine where citizens in Metamorphosis stood in case a revolution broke out. I guess I should be relieved he put me on the good side.
You've reached Matty Sade at the Morning Bell. Please leave a message.
Hello?
Your stupid machine is on.
No, I'm stopping it. Hold on. There we go. Mireille, how are you, darling?
You loathsome.
Ah, not well, I guess.
I just spent the last hour getting slapped down by the headmaster because you thought it would be cute to create some pointless controversy around my drinking habits. You stupid, phony.
Phony? Well, if that isn't richer than the royal family. You're the phony, Mireille. You with your bogus name and manufactured accent. I am curious. How exactly did you manage to cultivate such a lovely and exotic French patois growing up in Blacksburg, Virginia? Miss Prideaux? Should I call you
Miss Sade?
If you want me to drop the issue, then you'd better drop the act. Ask me why I haven't shared that with the headmaster. What's the matter, darling? Cat got your tongue?
Another word about this and I swear to God I will end you. Rubbish! Every last word of it. This isn't how I thought I'd spend the eve of the arrival. Oh, Signor Octavo. I am so sorry. I must come to terms with the fact that I'm at least partially responsible for your death. And now I sit here, adding insult to injury, writing more lies on the wall of your coffin. I'm done. I've ruined enough lives. I refuse to taint their afterlives too.
Harold, are you sending me secret messages? Dear Miss Sade, let's not pretend the countdown to this day didn't begin the moment we hired you. As a seasoned newsman, I am disgusted to claim you as a colleague. You lack even a modicum of basic journalistic integrity and your investigative methods are grotesque and unethical. Blah, 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 blah. I have ignored your poorly researched writing for too long. But your article about Treglazov was a new low, even for you. That you would bend truth so plainly in order to defend a man such as him, and to do so without even the slightest regard for the reputation of this August newspaper is beyond the pale. Consider this letter your formal termination.
Harold, you coward! You could have talked to me about this man to man! Wanker.
Have I made a compelling argument for Metamorphosis?
You've been most illuminating.
and you've been a delight. Thank you for entertaining this nostalgic old fool for an evening, Miss Say.
Please, call me Matty. And the only fool I see is the shaky-handed barman over there who went stingy on my gin. Time for one more.
I think another time. After this flight, I have 2 more, and then another lengthy voyage beyond that. I trust we'll meet again.
Perchance in Metamorphosis.
Good evening.
Wait, you forgot this pendant thingy.
You keep it.
There it is. The key card.
Leaving so soon? You'll need more than that to get out of here. It's all right. They won't come in here. Apparently they're afraid of me. Or what I'll write about them. Would you like a drink? Or would it corrupt your coding? You're a long way from home.
I don't have a home.
Do you have a soul? Do precals have souls? I used to. Until one night, I went to bed with the devil. I woke up regretting it. But I did it again the next night, and the night after that, and... I'd look at what I'd written and issue an apology. But that wore me out. Sincerity is exhausting. So I started faking it. As a woman, you learn to fake an apology. As a woman journalist, that's all you end up doing. So what's your story?
I'm escaping.
Good luck with that.
Do I have a chance?
Stupider people than you have gotten further in life with less help. You do have help, right?
No.
I see. Well, I thought I heard you talking to someone earlier. So what's your plan for getting to the surface? Because there's a pair of armored Prizrak upstairs who like their jobs too much to let some empty-headed twit with a stolen mobile get the better of them. No offense.
None taken.
Well, I know a way to remove them. No blood, no violence. You won't have to get your hands dirty. You know what a news office calls their archives? They call it the morgue, the place where old news goes to die. But sometimes we'll bring a story back to life. Sometimes we'll raise the dead. Are you willing to summon a ghost or two?
Yes.
Then let's see which poor souls we're dealing with tonight. Edwin Chung and David Bowen. There are 2 data hubs on either side of Terminus, Atlantic and Pacific. Getting to them won't be easy, but you'll manage. Go, now.
I don't understand. What do we do when we get to them?
We?
Me.
Right. Find the Pacific and Atlantic servers. I'll call you when you get there.
That was unexpected. Can we trust her? I'd like to think so. After all, she let me keep the keycard. Or maybe she just forgot I had it.
Well then, it would seem Miss Sade is stewing in a broth of remorse and hard alcohol tonight. However, she does have a solid plan for dispatching those two Prizrak at the service elevator. I'd advise you and the girl to follow Maddie's lead on this. Drive safely.
Oh, bugger! Do you hear me? Hello to both of you. My name is Matty, and I'll be your tour guide tonight. Are you back at the terminus yet? Go ahead and choose one of the two server wings, Atlantic or Pacific. We'll reconvene when you get there.